Hey, it's Chuck here. We're back with the October version of the Hawthorne Village Report. And the idea, as always, is to really be like we're sitting right beside you reading the report together. Because a lot of times it's not about the raw information, it's about interpretation. And so we just go through the report here. There are some Mattamy homes, there's some parts considered Hawthorne Village. There's a vista phase up here. But we really stick south of Derry unless you count the first phase that Mattamy built. They're just more stable neighborhoods price-wise, and our team consists of myself and my wife. We've got a full-time partner, Jennifer, and we also have a full-time assistant, Jenna, and very smaller team, but it works really well. We're very efficient. A caution with this information is that there's so many direct influences that affect your home's value, competition. So values are very transient. They can change quickly, and at the same time, having the ability to improve some of the things in your home can dramatically improve your results. So that's one of the things that we talk about too, is the advice that we give generally is putting people a couple extra percentage points in their pocket. So the first thing that we look at on the report, one of the most important things, is the house price graph per month. So you're looking from January all the way to December, and we can see that the values came back up in December, so the average price came back up, and that's a normal thing. And if you had to guess, where do you think the October number is going to be? It's probably going to be a little higher than September. So we're looking like a very normal curve. You can see it was almost drawn with a ruler the last couple years, and that was 2008 when it dipped back down there. So very stable across the board. We start to see that the window of opportunity to list can sometimes end towards the end of November. Now, you can also be successful in December because sometimes the listings start to wash away. You have less competition, and a lot of people get scared because their showings go down. But if you think about it, in December, if somebody's looking for a home, they're probably pretty serious. In the same way as if you've got your home listed in December, there's probably a pretty good chance that you want to sell it. So we find the concentration can really be there in some of the winter months, and you can find gaps in price ranges where you can list your home and do quite well. I had a client a couple years ago who said, Chuck, I got to be in Singapore in 2 weeks. And so I said, you know what, I think you're going to do really well. There's nothing between 300 and 320. We put it at 305. We ended up getting multiple offers at 310. Broke the record for that model. Obviously, it was a couple of years ago. I mean, not much for sale now at around 300. But anyhow, that was a big thing. December 7th to break a record, huge, huge. So you can be successful in any market. It's about looking at the conditions and the opportunities that exist. So from the perspective of how many sales per month, so we had 38 sales for townhomes in the month of September, and so there were 48 new listings. So you can see that there's just over a month's supply. So townhomes are getting swallowed up, whereas there's a little bit closer to 2 months supply for semis, and the same thing for detached. So as we start moving up in the price range, we start seeing that there just becomes, it takes a little bit longer to sell them, which is kind of what you'd expect. Now, what I'm seeing in Milton right now is something I call the accordion effect. And so the higher price ranges have really quieted down a lot, and the lower price ranges are going crazy. Like semis are going for $420,000 now. And so we're seeing this contraction that's happening on the ends as the lower price stuff is going up in value, and the higher price stuff is having to be a little bit more aggressive. So we're now seeing spreads where before you might be able to, it might take you $40,000 extra to get a double car garage. I've seen certain cases in this market where it's maybe only $15,000 or $20,000 because everything is a little bit closer. So you really have to be on point when you're pricing your home. Otherwise, you're going to start to get beat by superior homes that are actually very close to you. So that's the story here. Detached homes, 24 days on the market. We're seeing about 12 days on the market for semis on average. Okay, so Not much has really changed a whole lot. You look at the sell to asking. We're hovering at about 60% of the homes per month that are selling compared to the total inventory. Okay, so there's some nice things people have said about us here, and you can feel free to look through that. And then there's also, of course, the listings that are currently for sale in Milton. And again, asking prices often have nothing to do with sale prices. So we put this in just to kind of get a general idea. You can start to see where the semis start. The highest price semi, you can see some of the detached homes. And if you want to see what homes are actually selling for, we put a link on our website below the video where you can actually go check out the sale prices from the last 90 days, grouped by townhouse, semi, and detached home. Okay, so I'll skip past all this stuff, and the final thing I want to talk about is it's just the three options that you have. And so when you're ready, if you want to take us up on one of these three things, it would really help your process out. First thing is a pinpoint price analysis, where we come over, we tell you what your home's worth, given the current competition and also what's happened in the last few months for sales, and we'll even guarantee to sell it in 60 days or less when we give you that price. Because I think it's important. There's a lot of people in real estate that'll tell you what you want to hear instead of the truth. And we just want you to know that when we guarantee something is that we want to have some skin in the game too. Okay, so the second thing is what we call a room by room review. So we're actually going to come over for about an hour. We're going to put a checklist together. We're going to say, here's the things that you really must do, high priority stuff, big return on investment, things that you could do, which are maybe a little bit more break even, but they're going to significantly help your chances of selling. And the final thing is the things you don't do. And I have people all the time that say, Chuck, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And I say, please do not do that. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your money. So usually the result of that room by room review meeting is usually a couple $1,000s or more that's added to the value of your house, often for very little cost. Okay, so the third thing is what we call our silent market of homes. So we have I do a daily video at a website called miltondailyhomes.com. And so I have over 7,000 email addresses. Past clients, I've got hundreds of them right in town. And so oftentimes I can find a buyer for a house without even putting it on the market. It'll save you a lot of time, save you a lot of energy. I mean, the optimal version of selling your home is if you have someone over and they say, when would you like to move? What price would you like? And they hand you a check and it's over. And I can't promise to do that every time, but I think we've got enough resources and enough connections out there that there's a strong chance that we already might know the buyer for your house. So anyhow, those are three ways that we can help you. And if you're not ready for that yet, just please enjoy the information, and we'll see you next month with more Hawthorne Village Report, and have yourself a great day. Bye for now.